Welcome to Know Your Money. I'm your host, Bronwyn Wayner. With me is Craig Finch, my business partner from Growth Financial Planning. Joining us today and every day is our sound engineer, Warren Grimsley. In our podcast, we will explore our relationship with money and how the psychology of it impacts our financial decisions, as everyone thinks about money differently. We will be presenting a variety of financial topics in an easy-to-understand way, which we hope will assist you in managing your money. Hi everybody, welcome to Know Your Money. Today's episode is mainly about self-talk and what are you saying to yourself about money. Hello Warren, hello Craig.
Hello Bronwyn, hello Craig.
Ron, nice to see you. Warren, as always, good to see you.
Always a pleasure. Say again, it's about self-talk, how you talk to yourself.
Yes, and because this episode is about, or this podcast is about Know Your Money, it's how do you talk to yourself about money. So in our previous episodes, we've spoken about your first money memory and where do your first lessons come from. And those kind of things form part of your habits and who you are. So there's certain sayings that your parents might have said your whole life that kind of stick to you and they now become your self-talk. Like, I don't know if you can think of one, Craig?
Money doesn't grow on trees.
Exactly. So now if you keeping that in your head, that's one self-talk that you're going to constantly say. So you blocking that sort of receiving element because you don't believe it grows on trees, because I do. Do you know what I mean? What would you think one of your...
I think it's obvious, isn't it, really? It's fear of not having when I'm older. Okay. Squirrel everything away.
Okay.
That's how I think about it and talk to myself about money. Yeah.
Exactly. And the point of this episode is to try and help you change the narrative of what you're saying to yourself. So we want you to sit down and think, okay, what do I say about money? What do I say about savings? What do you say when you say you do go buy something? Are you hard on yourself afterwards? Do you say to yourself, oh, I shouldn't have bought that. The brand was too good. And what are you kind of saying? And those things you've got to work on to change, I think, to help you.
Yeah, I agree. It's again, finding where you can be better, and with regards to understanding money now and how you talk about it to yourself and putting it into practice, for sure.
But often you don't even speak about it. I don't often think about it. I just do it.
Yeah.
But it's a very good discipline to look back and say, how do you feel about that? What you purchased, what you're saving for, what assets you've got, what assets you don't have, what you're feeling about money. I think I certainly don't do that enough. And I think it's a very important discipline to do.
100%. And I'm not sure if we've mentioned this, but to me, there's three elements of money. So there's receiving money, there's keeping money, and there's growing money. Now, each of these areas are different, and how you speak to yourself in each of these areas can really impact things. So if you think that you are poor, your parents have been poor, our family's poor, that's it. That's your self-talk, and you are going to create that reality when it comes to receiving money because you don't believe that you should be wealthy, if it makes sense.
Yep.
You know, when it comes to growing money, I don't know, what would you say would be one from growing money?
Well, I think money circulates. So that's very important.
Energy and a flow.
So, if you need a handyman to come and help instead of you learning how to change the tap, that money goes into the environment and it comes back to you some other way. So I believe money circulates and you should circulate the money. If you give out, it'll come back.
Yeah. And also with that is you've got to believe that. You've got to have that self-talk that if I give this, it will come back kind of thing. So I think those elements are really important.
I mean, yeah, I think for a long time, if I take it slightly off of the money and talk about self-talk,
yes.
Because I, for a long time, didn't realize that I didn't talk to myself very nicely in my head. I was not kind to myself. And once it had been pointed out to me, and once I started making a concerted effort to actually change that, my overall level of anxiety and happiness, anxiety has gone down, happiness has gone up. Yeah. And I think you could then attribute the same or say the same thing about the way you talk about money to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like myself, I worry about money in the future. I'm worrying about it because I keep telling myself to worry about it.
Yes. And where do you think your inner voice comes from? Where do you think that is? Who do you think that is?
It's my dad.
Yeah. And the thing is, it is your dad, but he was doing it to protect you.
100%. Yeah.
We all parents, and our inner voices are definitely our parents. And I don't believe that I believe that most parents are saying things to their kids to help them or to try to teach them something. It's not to be a bad inner voice, but we're all going to have some bad inner voice that does come from there. But once you realize it and you can work on it, you can change.
You can change that inner voice for a positive
Yeah.
and a future positive. You don't have to think back of what your granny told you or your mom told you, how bad things are. They are good.
Yeah.
And it circulates.
Definitely. So I think the take homes from this episode is, who is your inner voice and what is your self-talk? And is there anything that you should be changing and take action?
Be positive.
Nice, Craig. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe or visit our website, www.growthfp.co.za. The information we have provided in this podcast is our personal opinion. For more detailed information, please discuss your financial situation with a financial planner.